What's up everyone? Gonna have a little update now. I'm still in Amsterdam. I've got a few days, tomorrow I leave. Unfortunately I haven't been able to get out and do as many things as I was planning on doing in terms of videoing it, but I should be able to get a few more things here and there. I had a big change of plans again in terms of what my plan is now. I've been doing a bit of Juice Shop. I finished the web app section of the Side Mentors course, and I started playing around in the Juice Shop, but I just realised that effectively I had none of the basics. Like, I was just kind of trial and erroring. I didn't really know anywhere. I didn't have any theory, any actual basic foundational knowledge to be able to base any of my decisions off, and I just felt like a little bit lost. I was looking through loads of different resources, but I couldn't really see one which I was like, yes, that's what I want to do, So what I decided to do was, I've been keeping my eye on the web application penetration testing course by Security for a long time, but the price always put me off. It was $1,199, which is a lot of money. And then this morning, I ended up yesterday to try and combat my lack of knowledge with everything. I bought a course on Udemy. Yesterday I did about a third of it, and it wasn't great. It was very, very surface level. It wasn't really doing what I needed it to do. So I went on the Security, and this morning they have effectively a sale on for the web application penetration testing course and the Extreme, which make it a lot cheaper. So after a lot of decisions and deciding if it was best, I had originally budgeted for the OSCP, but I don't think I'm going to try and do that now before I start a job. I think that's probably going to be once I start a job. So I had budgeted that much money in terms of how much I'd set aside, so I used some of that money, not all of it, to pay for my web application penetration testing course, which is a massive decision. Kind of just happened. Normally, as I said, 1,200. What they did was they did a 20% off, but they also upgraded you from, if you were bare bones, they upgraded you to full, and if you bought full, they upgraded you to elite. So I bought the bare bones, which was only $999, with a 20% discount, down to $750, I think. I can't remember, $760, and then I effectively got the full course for that price. So it was about £613. I got the course for 60 hours and everything, and I'm really happy because I was very, as I said, lost over the last few days. I just didn't know. I knew there was so much out there, but I didn't have anything to tie it all together, and I'm really excited for this. So one thing which I forgot to mention in that, which is extremely important, is that the reason why I felt comfortable spending this money is because all the technical assessments that I'm doing are web apps, and currently I feel relatively okay with the basic networking, but there is very little web app in the penetration testing student course, or the EJPT, and I don't really feel comfortable trying to rely on that. And how long is the bit of, maybe an hour and a half in the course of Udemy for the Cyber Mentors course. I don't really feel comfortable relying on just that to try and get me into these jobs. If I get a job, it'll pay itself back really quickly, but to get into a job for both the companies, it's web apps. So I think it's probably money worth spending, and I want to go down the web app route. I'll talk about that in another video later on. I've still not talked about my plans, but that's because I don't want to talk too far in the future. But yeah, that's it for now.
Hello everyone, what's up? Today, unfortunately, as you can see, I've not got my camera again, so I am using my webcam. I've been separated from my camera because when I came back from Amsterdam, I went to go back to my hometown island. I live on a small island called Jersey, which is just off the coast of France, and I went back there with my family to see some family just for a day, because I was in London, so it made sense to go there, because the flights are very, very quick to London, and all my family were going. So unfortunately, before I left for there, I had to drop off some stuff at my sister's house, and one of the things I had to drop off was my camera. So for the next few days I'm not going to have a camera, but I don't know how much. I was just going to do one update, I guess, really, which is just to say that now that I finished Amsterdam, I'm going to go quite hard on the WAPT and I'm still waiting to hear back. So it's a bit of an odd situation. I've been in contact with the person who is kind of my contact at the company, in contact with him for months now. This is nearly month 3, and he's always replied very, very quickly. He's always just kind of been interested in what I'm up to and stuff like that. And then after I passed the EJPT, I sent him a message saying passed, and let's start looking at technical assessments. Luckily he hasn't replied. So he hasn't replied, and after about, I imagined that was after the EJPT, I imagined I wanted to do about 2 weeks of just solely web apps, and that would be enough for me to do my technical assessment. After about a week, I realised that's probably not true. I'm going to need more than 2 weeks. And I also was using a load of different resources, and I just didn't feel like I was going in a very good direction. I didn't feel like I was covering all the bases, so that I could very easily mess up this technical assessment. So that's when I decided to get the WAPT, which I'm now going to be trying to basically slam through as quickly as possible, because as soon as he does reply, he's probably going to be looking to book it, and I've already asked him to do that. So I'm going to be really trying to get as much of this done. I'm probably going to be going back to doing similar kind of days as when I was working for the A+. Just really going hard, because I need to try and cover as much of this course as possible in as short a time as possible, so that when this technical assessment does come up, I'm as ready as I can be. So I'm going to be doing WAPT and a little bit of the OWASP juice shop, because that's WAPT until, well, I guess it is kind of a bit of both theory and practical, but the juice shop is extremely practical. So I'm going to be doing a bit of those two together, and then I'll just see how it goes, see how it replies. Still not heard anything back from the other company, which was now 2 months ago since I did the technical assessment. They didn't say anything at the time. They haven't said anything since. They didn't respond to my email saying here is my email in which I said I wasn't ready for this, etc, etc. So who knows? Kind of up in the air with both the companies at the moment, which is, I mean, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, the whole thing. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next update. Hello everyone, sorry that it's on a webcam again. I wasn't planning on doing another one. I look a bit red. I wasn't planning on doing another one on the webcam, but some stuff's happened and I can't wait anymore. So in terms of applications, I finally heard back from both the companies after lots of radio silence on both of them. But what's really cool, oops, let me put you there. The first company, the one that I did the technical assessment for a long time ago, my webcam's doing silly things again. I don't know what's wrong with this webcam. I heard back from the company that I did the technical assessment for almost 2 months ago now. Sent them an email like, what's going on? And they replied saying, we're happy to move you onto the assessment day. So the way they do it is a full assessment day where you go, which is quite cool. So they said, are you going to be ready to do that in about a month and a bit? So I said, well, I haven't replied yet. I think I'm going to say the longer I can leave it, the better, really, because if they're doing another one that's later, then I'll do that one instead, because every day that I spend studying is more likely that I'm going to pass, essentially. So that's good. So passed that technical assessment, which is awesome. And the other company, the one that I haven't done a technical assessment for yet, spoke to them and they said, yeah, I'm more than happy for us to move you on to the next stage. So that is the technical assessment for these guys, which is a 24-hour web app, 24 hours of web app, and then a 24-hour report on what you found. So apart from the typical stuff, there's also the OWASP top 10 stuff. They also told me there's a little bit about reversing in crypto. Not at that stage yet at all, but we'll have a look, see what we can do. And they've also given me a date and time to choose to book that in. So that I will probably do maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. That should give me time to try and finish most of the web application penetration tester. And then from there, give myself a little bit of time about writing reports, hopefully. And then, yeah. So I've also passed the 100-day mark a few days ago, which made me realise that I wanted to do a little 100-day in review video, and I've got a new microphone. I've got a microphone because the one on my camera is shocking, and I apologise for having used it thus far. But that's at my dad's house. I'm currently at my sister's house, so I'm going to my dad's house tomorrow, so I'm going to go and collect that, and then I'll be reunited with my camera. I can do a proper 100-day in review talking about all of that. So I think that'll probably be it for this episode, and then I'll see you in the one at my dad's house with the camera and a microphone. So yeah.